Hey guys, this is Ryan with Your Life Purpose, and today's video I'm going to be talking about diet. This isn't about exercising, but your diet plays such an important role in your exercises because what you eat is going to be like 70% of how you look. If you eat like crap, you're going to look like crap. Plain and simple. There's no ways around it. So you have to eat right. Diet is just so important. Just to kind of go over some key things with you, some things we all know. Quit snacking. Quit snacking between meals. Quit eating junk food. Quit eating sodas or drinking sodas. Quit eating fast food. And so that's kind of step one. Step two is to clean up what you eat. So let's say instead of eating hot dogs and bologna or whatever kind of lunch meat or kind of crap pieces of meat like that, eat a steak. Eat chicken, not fried chicken, baked. Or broiled or something like that, but just the frying, all that extra grease and fat is just extra calories and it's not good for you. Fish, turkey, stuff like that. Eat good pieces of meat, not this high processed garbage. Carbs, same thing. Cut out the bread, the tortillas, any high pastas, any high processed carbs. Go potatoes, rice, corn, natural way. Think of it this way. However it grows out the ground, that's how you should eat it. The more you process it, the worse it is for you. I hear you, buddy. Everybody hears you. We all know you want to play with a stick. We know. Anyway, finally got tired of me not wanting to throw it and took off. Crazy boy. Fruits and vegetables, extremely important. You almost can't eat enough vegetables, right? For the fiber and the micronutrients and stuff like that, you really got to eat a lot more than you think. So those are just kind of general rules of thumb. Now, once you start really getting into the nitty gritty, you got to start doing the math, right? So it's like, well, how much meat should you eat? How many carbs should you eat? How many vegetables should you eat? A rule of thumb, if you just want something visualized that I used to do when I was younger, just to kind of have an idea, something to visualize, is you want a piece of meat about the size of your palm. And this rule of thumb is for people who aren't even exercising. So a piece of meat about the size of your palm, carbs about the size of your fingers, vegetables about the size of your fist, and fruit about the size of your fist, right? So just if you don't have a scale that you can throw your food on and you need something to visualize it. Now, once you start exercising, you're gonna find out that you're gonna get hungry and you're gonna wanna eat more. Depending on what you're trying to do, you're going to have to calorie count. So now you're gonna have to start doing some math and tracking it, right? So first things first is how much do you weigh right now and how much do you want to weigh? So let's say let's say you weigh 200 pounds and let's say you want to be 210 pounds. Well, you're not going to gain 10 pounds, especially 10 pounds of muscle in 1 week. It's just not going to happen. So you need to have that in your head so you don't get frustrated and just give up after that week or month or whatever. A pretty good rule of thumb is to lose about half a pound or gain half a pound a week is kind of a good, steady, even diet plan. A more aggressive one is about a pound a week. So lose or gain, right? But let's say, if you're wanting to beef up, so you're at, no, not yet. After the video, I promise. No. If you weigh 200 pounds and you want to weigh 220, let's say, the rule of thumb is you need 1 gram of protein for every pound of muscle. So that means you need to actually eat 220 grams a day to get, to that 220. Now, the average, me remembering off the top of my head, I think 1 ounce of beef is like 7 grams, chicken is 8, turkey is 8, beans are 6, I believe. I have to go back and look at my chart in my kitchen, but that's roughly about right. So what you're going to want to do is get you a food scale. They're pretty cheap. You can usually get them at Walmart for like, I don't know, 10, 15 bucks, whatever. And put your plate on there. So find out the weight of the plate, and then put, okay, let's see, 220, I'm gonna try to do some math in my head, 220 grams of protein, and let's say you're doing beef, so 220 divided by 70, 30, let's see, 30, 37, about 37-ish ounces a day. Or no, I'm sorry. Yeah, about 37 ounces a day. And so you can break that up and say, okay, well, if you're eating 3 meals, that's going to be about 10, 12 and a half ounces a meal. Granted, I don't have my calculator right in front of me, so y'all can do the math yourself. But, you just got to start actually doing the math and say, okay, well, I need 12 and a half ounces of protein a meal. Well, okay, so, you put 12 ounces of beef on there. Now, vegetables and milk and dairy and other stuff are going to have some protein in there, so you need to take an account for that also. But just to kind of keep things simple, so you put 12 ounces of protein on a plate. Now, carbs, general rule of thumb is you need about 2 grams of carbs per pound, for body weight. So in that case, you would need 440. And so then if you go and look it up, again, this is off the top of my head, I can't remember exactly, bread, pasta, tortilla, stuff like that is like 14 grams an ounce. I think corn is 5, rice is 8 or something like that. I think potatoes are probably about 7 or 8 also. Anyway, so you just got to do the math. Okay, well, 400 a day, divide that by 3 meals, divide that by the number of ounces, put that many ounces on your plate, and you kind of get the drift, right? So then you can go, and you can pretty much put as many vegetables as you want on your plate and eat as many vegetables as you want. It's not high in protein, fat, and carbs and stuff like that. That's mostly your micronutrients and your fiber. Fiber, I didn't realize till I did some research on it, but you have to have a ton of fiber. If I remember correctly, you need something like 14 grams per 1,000 calories. So it's not based on body weight, but it's like 14 grams per 1,000 calories, and there's hardly, like you could eat a ton of vegetables and still not get your daily dose in fiber. So in my case, I even take a fiber supplement. Another thing is water. So many people don't drink the right amount of water. You want to drink about, it's 1 ounce of water for every 2 pounds you weigh. Now, all these rules I'm giving you are rules of thumb, right? Because everybody's metabolism is different. So you're going to probably come in there and be like, okay, well, I'm doing this, but I'm still gaining weight. So I need to cut weight or I need to add more weight. Uh, Anytime you want to add or cut weight, I would start with, if you're wanting to cut weight, you cut carbs out first. And I'm not saying cut no carbs. I believe in balanced, steady diets and just being common sense about it. Like if you go too far in any one direction of anything in life, you're going to be out of balance. So really just focus on, that right there. So if you're trying to lose weight, cut out the carbs, your body will slowly deplete, your body fat first before you start to lose any muscle. So don't worry about that. If you got some chub on you, like I got a little bit on me, I probably need to cut some carbs too, but I don't know, man. I sure do like rice and potatoes and bread and all that stuff too. Sorry, not Arnold Schwarzenegger. Trying to get there, but just not there today. But anyways, the rule of thumb for carbs is 2 grams per pound of body weight. In my case, I really am pretty good though at about 1.5 grams per pound of protein and like half a gram of carbohydrates. But that's just my body. That's how I respond best. And it also depends too, am I gonna start running a whole bunch? Because then I need the carbs for the energy source. So it's always like this like cat and mouse game of like, going after your goals and tracking it and working everything out and just trying to see what works the best. The only way to know is to actually start doing the math and start measuring your food, not guessing anymore, getting down to the nitty gritty and really figuring it out, right? So, if you guys like this video and you'd like to see some more, please subscribe. If you know someone who could find this beneficial, please share with them. All right, guys, thanks. Have a great one.